Napoleon Bonaparte was born on August 15, 1769, in Ajaccio, on the island of Corsica, just months after France acquired the island from the Republic of Genoa. Though born into a minor noble family, the Bonapartes were relatively poor. Napoleon's father, Carlo Bonaparte, secured a scholarship for his son to attend a prestigious military school in mainland France. As a Corsican with a strong accent and limited French skills, Napoleon was initially isolated from his French peers. He studied at the Royal Military School of Brienne and later the École Militaire in Paris, graduating as a second lieutenant of artillery at the age of 16. His mathematical aptitude and reading of classical military texts foreshadowed his later strategic brilliance. The French Revolution began in 1789 and upended the political order of France. Napoleon, a supporter of the revolutionary cause, rose rapidly in the chaos that followed. His first major success came in 1793, when he helped retake the city of Toulon from royalist forces backed by the British. His performance earned him a promotion to brigadier general at just 24. In 1795, he suppressed a royalist uprising in Paris with a whiff of grape shot, using cannons at close range, saving the revolutionary government. This act propelled him to national prominence and eventually earned him command of the Army of Italy in 1796. His Italian campaign was a stunning success. He defeated multiple Austrian armies, redrew the map of northern Italy, and established satellite republics loyal to France. He became a hero and a household name across Europe. In 1798, he launched a campaign in Egypt, intended to disrupt British access to India. While he won the Battle of the Pyramids, the expedition failed strategically, especially after Admiral Nelson destroyed the French fleet at the Battle of the Nile. Napoleon abandoned his army and returned to France, where the political situation was deteriorating. In 1799, Napoleon staged a coup d'état known as the Coup of 18 Brumaire, overthrowing the Directory and establishing the consulate. He became first consul, effectively holding dictatorial power. Under his leadership, France saw internal stabilization. He reformed the legal system with the Napoleonic Code, centralized administration, built infrastructure, and reconciled with the Catholic Church through the Concordat of 1801. He also defeated Austria again in 1800 at the Battle of Marengo and negotiated peace with Britain in the Treaty of Amiens, 1802, briefly halting years of war. In 1804, Napoleon crowned himself Emperor of the French in a lavish ceremony at Notre Dame Cathedral, symbolically taking the crown from the Pope's hands. He aimed to build a dynasty and a new French empire. From 1805 to 1809, Napoleon achieved a series of military triumphs. Battle of Austerlitz, 1805, a masterstroke against the Austrian and Russian armies. Battle of Jena-Auerstedt, 1806, crushing defeat of Prussia. Battle of Friedland, 1807, victory over Russia leading to the Treaty of Tilsit. At its peak, Napoleon's empire dominated most of continental Europe. He installed relatives and loyalists as rulers in Spain, Italy, the Netherlands, and parts of Germany. However, the tide began to turn. His invasion of Spain in 1808 led to a brutal guerrilla war. Britain, under the Duke of Wellington, supported the Spanish resistance. In 1812, he launched his most ambitious and disastrous campaign, the invasion of Russia. Although he captured Moscow, the Russians refused to surrender and burned much of the city. The harsh winter, disease, and lack of supplies decimated his army, which returned home in shambles. The disaster in Russia inspired new coalitions against him. In 1813, at the Battle of Leipzig, Battle of Nations, Napoleon suffered a massive defeat. By 1814, the Allied armies invaded France and captured Paris. Napoleon abdicated and was exiled to Elba, a small island off the coast of Italy. Napoleon escaped from Elba in March 1815, returning to France in a daring gambit. He regained power in a bloodless campaign as troops sent to arrest him instead joined him, cheering, "Vive l'Empereur!" This began the period known as the 100 Days. European powers quickly formed a new coalition. On June 18, 1815, Napoleon faced the British and Prussian forces at the Battle of Waterloo in Belgium. He was decisively defeated, due to strategic errors and the timely arrival of Prussian reinforcements under Blücher. Napoleon abdicated again and surrendered to the British, hoping for asylum. Instead, they exiled him to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic. Napoleon lived the final 6 years of his life in confinement on St. Helena, under close British supervision. He spent time dictating his memoirs, reflecting on his life, and blaming others for his downfall. He died on May 5, 1821, likely of stomach cancer, although theories of poisoning have also been proposed. Napoleon remains one of the most studied and controversial figures in history. He was a military genius who transformed warfare with rapid, decisive tactics and strategic flexibility. He reshaped European politics, spread revolutionary ideals, and modernized legal and administrative systems across the continent. Yet he was also an autocrat who sought personal power, waged costly wars, and restored slavery in French colonies. His legacy is a complex mix of reformer and conqueror, hero and tyrant. The Napoleonic Code influenced legal systems globally. His life has inspired countless books, films, and historical debates. For more background historian, subscribe for daily uploads.